company has done sketchy things or
Yeah, so Facebook with the pictures. So, and there's funny because when after we talked about this yesterday, I ended up looking it up and remembering somebody actually did post this on their on one of my friends on Facebook. I only have 50 friends on Facebook, so and I'd like to think that they're reasonably intelligent people, but um, even they got sucked into this trap of posting like this little um, legalese blurb on their wall stating that they don't have rights to your pictures and things like that. That legalese verb does zero, right? And John Oliver actually even had a topic on that. It does zero. Facebook does, in its terms and service, Facebook does have a clause that technically they can use whatever photo that you upload to Facebook for whatever they want. Essentially, it does not give them the copyrighted permissions for it. Um, but as long as they have the photo on their site, they can kind of do whatever they want according to their terms of service. And then you get into the legalize of whether the terms of service is actually a binding contract. And by definition, yes, it is a binding contract. However, there's been numerous occasions where these terms of services don't actually hold up in court because of certain aspects of them. Specifically, one major one that tends to be the hole in it was oftentimes these agreements have this clause that say that we can update this at any time without informing you. However, legally, you can't actually, from what I've read, you can't actually agree to something that you don't know about yet.
Right.
So whenever these terms of service up, and you'll see this more often now, is that they will actually pop up like terms of services, and you have to accept. Yeah, you have to form some sort of acknowledgement that this happened. So people that have tried to get around it have tried to send emails saying that you got sent an email, but that doesn't include any kind of confirmation that you've read it. So like there's been people trying to get around it, but ultimately like if you can't agree to something that hasn't been that you don't know about yet. And so that especially that portion in the terms and agreement doesn't fly in an actual court.
Well, most often now it seems whether it's for a game or if it's for an app, a website, it's now when you first log in, they immediately send you a pop-up, and to proceed and actually use the services at all, you now have to either check a box, click I accept, or open a document, scroll through it, and then just click next. So yeah, it seems now that they've at least gotten to the point of making you acknowledge.
Yeah, you have to acknowledge. So there's been plenty of times. I think Star Citizen was one of the more current ones where they decided after a certain amount of time, since people started refunding. If you don't know, Star Citizen is a video game that is in development, supposedly.
Oh, this one.
This is the what is it? That it has the most crowd-funded video game, or the most money crowd-funded for a video game in existence. It was supposed to come out, I think, years ago, at least a certain portion of it, and it has not. And at the by that date that they were supposed to have released this, they actually changed their terms of service, saying that they can't. People that kickstarted it can't ask for a refund. People have been able to fight that. Not everybody, but some people have, and specifically because some people like they required you to agree to their terms of service, like when you log in. But there's been people that just actually haven't played the game at all since they kickstarted it, and they never agreed to these terms. So there's been that's the one I can think of in the recent past that has undergone this kind of thing. But again, like then when you try to fight this kind of stuff, you are one person trying to fight a mega company. Most of the time, that doesn't work out in your favor. So you are generally bound to whatever restrictions the terms of service do say.